Chapter 16. Finally. Cat smiles, dropping to her knees. Her lungs heave hard in her chest as she gasps desperately for air. She's reached the base of the ridge, the designated extract point, and falling forward onto all fours, her hands fist at the cool sand beneath her. Every ounce of her strength has been sapped from her body, and she's so exhausted she can't even raise her head to look up. Digby's groaning in pain as she drops him to the ground, releasing her grip. Sends him crashing back in an undignified thud to the rocky soil next to her. Cursing loudly, she gasps from the back of her hoarse dry throat. Hell you. No, I can't believe we made it. She smiles and continues in her battle for oxygen. Rolling over, she falls backward into the sand and wipes the hot beating sweat from her brow. Her ribs ache and she's in so much pain, most of the discomfort concentrated in her shoulders. The cool chill of evening air is a welcome relief from the sun-baked heat of earlier, and as she lay spread eagle on the ground, her eyes wide, she smiles. Then turning her head, she looks at Digby. His grin's filling his face. He drops his kit from his back and slumps down in the sand next to her. Sitting up, he takes a long gulping drink of water from his reserve flask and then offers Cat some. She readily accepts, hers having run out a while back, and after the initial mouthful to quench her thirst, she pours the rest over her hot sweaty face to cool down. After a few moments of lying back, catching her breath and enjoying the peace, she sighs. Looking up, she can now see the others peering over the top of the low ridge, watching them on the ground. Digby stands up and faces them, and straightaway he encounters Darius' stony face staring back sternly. He's seething with annoyance at their unforeseen return. So what, you're just gonna fucking sit there? He grunts belligerently. Oh, now he really is just being an asshole. He knows damn well I can't get you up there by myself. Hell, I'd pay money to see him try. Unless he really is inhuman? Actually, you know what, don't answer that, he's probably some goddamn robot. She laughs. You know, you might not be far off in your thinking there. Digby smiles. Well, she says and drops her head back against the sand. You know what? Fuck him. Eventually, she sits up, and her mood is more deflated, her hands dropping between her bent knees, and she shakes her head. He's just not gonna let up, is he? She frowns, despondent, knowing Darius is probably about to snatch all her hard work away, making the whole day pointless just because he can. Digby stretches his hand upwards, gesturing to the team for help in watching, as Darius stares and then walks away. Hey, what the fuck? What the hell are you playing at, man? Just help us up. Darius doesn't answer, and Bud and Ozzy turn around, questioning Darius once again. What, so we're not gonna help them? Ozzy asks. Oh, come on, man, really? No. This is too much now. He's right. Zach turns his attention to their sulking team leader. Darius. Man, don't do this. He can hear the gravelly hiss of annoyance coming from Darius' chest, but Zach ignores him. Oh, fuck you. Digby, man, get her up. He then offers his hand, beckoning them both towards him and locking his grip around Digby's wrist. He pulls him up over the top of the ridge, and Ozzy drops the near vertical climb to help Cat. She releases her kit from her shoulders, Ozzy grabbing it and throwing the heavy canvas bag up to Cutie, still stood at the top of the ridge. Cat, come on. Get up. He smiles. Hey, you did great. You made it. She nods. But, beyond tired and more exhausted than she can even imagine, she struggles to reach for Oz's helping hand. And as they get ready to pull her up, she stumbles on the loose rocks at the bottom. She's about to fall when Bud just in time catches a grab on the straps of her body armor, stopping her and keeping her upright. Then in one swift lifting movement, Bud and Zach pull her up over the lip of the ridge to join them. Zach and Digby mark the end of the Herculean achievement with a high five and an embracing brotherly hug. You know, she just cost me 50 fucking bucks, Zach says. I didn't give her a chance in hell of being able to do that. What, she got some kind of Supergirl thing going on under the uniform? He grins. Yeah, you could say something like that. Digby laughs. Cat smiles, elated by her accomplishment as it finally sinks in and it counters some of the mind-aching tiredness her body feels, refreshing her energy reserves and giving her just enough strength to stay on her feet. Cutie hands her a fresh bottle of water. Drink, he says, smiling. She nods, taking long gulps of the not-so-cool liquid. Thanks. Oh hell. She rubs at her shoulders. They ache so much every muscle worked to its core and the soreness is unreal. She mentally notes that her body will pay for this in the coming days. Cooling down brings more problems as her leg muscles start twinging with cramps and shaking uncontrollably. Dehydration and lack of food are the main culprits, she reminds herself. She's definitely looking forward to something to eat and a good night's sleep. Now exhausted and unable to stand, she slumps to the ground, her head resting between her knees as the 5 large figures surround her. See, I knew you'd do it. Digby can't help but grin. He's so proud of her. Then as his stomach growls, he looks around, sniffing. So where the hell's the dinner then, bud? My stomach thinks I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, about that. Look, we got a slight problem, he stutters. Problem? What do you mean? What fucking problem? Bud, where the hell's the dinner? Yeah, well, you need to come see. He leads Digby to where he's finished clearing away everything except the one metal dish filled with food, dried chicken pasta ration reheated. Wait, that's all there is? He sneers at the measly portion. What the hell is this about? And where's the rest of it? And some for Cat. Bud shrugs. He can already feel the simmering rage in Digby brewing, his blue eyes fierce with questions. Bud, is this a fucking joke, man? 'Cause if it is, well, it's not funny. Now where's the damn food? Well, that's it. That's all there is. Yeah, Darius interrupts. And you're damn lucky, Bud's soft, 'cause if it were left to me you wouldn't get any. But then I got overruled. What? This is a joke, right? You expect us to go without food? How the hell? Do you think that's even close to being funny? Digby steps forward with a dish in his hand, confronting Darius close up. Whoa, you need to be careful, I mean you don't want to spill any of that, he says, grinning. Dinner was over an hour ago, not my fault you didn't make it back. Still, at least Bud kept you the leftovers, so that's something, right? Come on, Digby, don't look at me like that, you know the rules. If you're not here when we eat, you don't eat. You know I should. You should what? You should watch yourself is what. You need to get back in line. Whoa man, you're seriously pushing me here. This shit is going too far. Maybe, but that's just the way it is. I'm in charge and you need to remember that. And well, it's time for you to shape up. No, you're just pissed 'cause she did it, because she proved you wrong. You were wrong about her not being able to hold her own in this team. He smirks. Darius, I've known you for too many years and I know exactly how you think. So just for once in your damn life, swallow your fucking pride. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think she could do it. I thought she'd quit for sure. And yeah, that was impressive. She showed some grit and determination, but she's going to need a lot more, and still doesn't change the situation with dinner, does it? He grins. Now it's for you to decide which of you eats. There's the dilemma, he says, laughing smarmy and annoying. Do you care enough to give it to her, or is it the usual Digby comes first? Mean if this were any other guy, you'd eat it without a thought, which proves one thing to me, she's messing with your fucking head. I can see it in you. Need to snap the hell out of it. No, what I need is for you to stay out of my head. You got no damn right to be in there. Who the hell do you think you are to judge me? Digby snarls, the churning growl of anger building in his chest. All right. Stop it. Bud steps between them to break the tension. Just, calm the hell down. Kat's not able to hear the actual conversation, but she gets up with considerable effort and frowns, concerned. Hey, so what's going on? Nothing. Digby sighs, shooting one final glaring glance at Darius. Bud, get me another of these trays. Bud hesitates, then out of the kit, he produces another identical metal tray, into which Digby then separates the food into 2 almost equal small portions. The cold glop of pasta is so unappetizing he's almost glad there's not much, but at the same time his stomach does a gurgling somersault. Desperate with hunger, he then hands one tray to Cat. Eat. Starving hungry, she frowns, looking at the tiny portion. This food, she can tell, the cause of the friction between the 2 competing males. What the hell's going on? Nothing. I told you, now just eat. With no energy to argue, she sighs, taking away what's been offered, figuring any sustenance is better than none, as she drops with a weary sigh, sitting next to Cutie, warming themselves from the chill of the desert night by the fire the guys lit earlier. Cutie smiles, watching her. I knew you would do it. You did? Well then you knew more than me, 'cause I sure as hell didn't think I would. She sighs, placing her hand gently on his arm, thanking him. Digby finishes his food in just 2 gulps, licking the tin. His stomach is so angry with him. Then, reaching to his vest pocket, he produces a battered candy bar and devours it even quicker than the spoonful of sticky pasta. His attention now settles on Kat, still chatting quietly with QT. Her hair is loose from the bun on her head, framing her face with blonde curls. She looks utterly exhausted, but there's also a mellow glow of elation, and her green eyes glint with gold from the reflected firelight. He sighs and turns around, taking a breath as he stares at Darius. All right, let's get this done. Let's make it official. What? You want to vote right now? You don't want to sleep on it and maybe think it over? Darius frowns. No, there's no point waitin', Digby smirks. The fact Darius has been proved so wrong makes even the hunger worthwhile. You know she's gettin' on this team whether you like it or not. Sure, if you say so, but votes aren't in yet. Darius' expression holds firm as he and Digby focus on each other. What the hell does that mean? Whose head have you been trying to turn? Digby looks over his shoulder at the other guys. They're watching, keeping a reluctant eye on the tension between their 2 most senior. They know from bitter experience how this can all boil over much quicker than anyone expects. Digby's eyes meet with Zach's, and a small seed of doubt enters his head. Will his best friend, his teammate, his brother now turn on him and prevent her from making the team? Darius can see those thoughts like a bubble over his head. You sure no one's got any doubts about her? He sniffs cockily. Digby, look, I'ma skin you. This for your own good. You think you got a handle on this, working side by side with her. But what about putting her in danger? You got a grip on all that. I got this all right. I'm not some starstruck, lovesick mutt. It is what it is. It's just sex, that's all. He takes a breath. While he knows it's a lie, that what's between him and Kat is more than just sex. It's a mantra he's trying to indoctrinate in his mind. But yeah, I can handle it. Darius steps forward, his eyes reading Digby. He's never seen him express himself so thoughtfully. What the hell has she got over you? I told you. Nothing. Digby averts his gaze and looks over his shoulder. All right, mongrels, get up. Let's do this. Kat looks behind her, watching them, and her tired eyes widen. Her heart's beating so hard as she nervously looks at each one of them. Then she takes a deep breath as she stands up. Could I just say something before you do this? Oh God, you're starting to sound like a Butta now. Zach laughs, jesting. Bud shoots him a menacing glance. For your information, I don't do that, Bud says. Like yeah you do, like always. Zach mocks. It's kinda your thing, brah. And it's so freaking annoying. Alright Zach, enough. Digby draws a halt to his bullying tease. Let her finish. Look, Kat continues. Digby tells me you have to vote about my place on the team. Well, I just want you to know that no matter what, you should vote with your conscience. Do what you think is right, but also just so you know, I've never wanted anything more in my life than to be part of a team like this. It's my career ambition. And I know the situation with me and Ryan, what's gone on, has made things awkward. She stutters, embarrassed. And I'm sorry, it should never have happened. But I promise I will do everything with the skills I have to keep you all safe, and I'll do whatever this team asks of me. Oh, that's great. Bud interrupts, smiling. So that means you're on dishwashing duty from now on. He laughs. Yeah, well, it would be my honor to do dishes if it means I make the team. She smiles. Oh geez. Will you please just shut the hell up? This is not some damn award ceremony. Darius yawns. Just get the fuck on with it. Some of us want to get some rest tonight. Okay, he's right. Digby nods. Let's do it. Leaving Kat where she is, alone with Darius, they huddle together, forming a small tight circle, talking in hushed whispers out of earshot. All right then, I guess I'll go first, but you know my vote, Digby says, glancing up and catching Kat's gaze. Yes. Zach sniffs loudly. Us goes next. Yeah, sure. Hell, I'm more than happy to have her on this team, yes from me. Okay, cutie, you're up. I like her. SOII. Oh, get the hell on with it. Cutie, it's yes or no, straight answer. Zach groans. Frustrated. Yes. IIWW will. Okay, we get it. He growls, angrily subduing Cutie into silence. Cutie's rank is the lowest on the team, and although he's one of the most highly skilled and Intelligent, he also accepts his place in the pack. Bud coughs, it's his turn and he takes a breath, nervous and conscious of Zach watching him. He looks up, turning his head to look at Kat sipping water, filling her stomach, trying to stave off her hunger. Well, hell yeah. That means we'll be back operational. I'm done with sitting around doing nothing all day, so that's a yes from me. All right. Digby smiles. Zach, looks like you've got the castin' vote. So, what's it to be? Are you gonna let me down here? Let you down? He frowns. Digby, when have I ever let you down? I didn't mean it like that. I just meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. But whatever I do, it's because I care about. You put you first. That's my place, my reason for being. Since we were kids. You know that. He looks around, taking a breath, keeping his cool as he stares at Kat. She glances back at him. You know, I can't deny she's a good-looking woman, and I'll bet she's great in the sack. What the hell? Zach, why would you even say that? Digby frowns. What the hell's going on with you? I'm not a skin if you want to sleep with her. Do you want her on the team or not? Look, are you sure she's up to this? I mean, you don't have any doubts? 'Cause if you do, then you need to tell us. There's nothing about her that you think we should know. No. What I mean is, no, I don't have any doubts. I know she can do this and she's perfect for this team. See, it's when you say shit like that, I goddamn it. Zach wipes his hand across his face. I gotta be honest with you, man, I'm torn. You're different with her around, and I don't know what the hell's making you that way, but whatever it is, it worries me. I'm not sure it's such a good thing. But, he sighs, the weight of the decision heavy on his mind. But as always, I've got your six. So if you're telling me she deserves a place and it's what you want, and not just 'cause you're screwing her. Zach, come on, man, you know me better than that. If she wasn't right, then no matter how hot she is in the bedroom. And trust me, she is fucking hot, he says, grinning. If I didn't think she could cut it, then I'd say so. He and Zach stare at each other, nodding knowingly. I would never risk this. Team or my brothers. I wouldn't, you know that. All right then. Then I'll take your word, and it's a yes from me too. Digby breathes out a huge sigh of relief, a smile breaking across his face. Thanks, man. She won't let you down. She'd better not, 'cause just so you know, if she does, then that'd be like you letting me down. Yeah, I know. Digby smiles, thanking Zach for giving him his trust, knowing he wouldn't ever let him down. Then he takes another deep breath and, pulling the 7-inch K-bar blade from its sheath around his leg, he carefully studies it. Now it's down to her. How much she wants this. Whether after everything she'll trust D. Hell, you think she's gonna let him do it? Asks Zach. You know, Zach, I have no idea. Again he looks at the knife, turning it over in his palm. He swallows nervously as he and Darius exchange looks. Finally, Digby hands him the sharp blade. All right then. Team's unanimous. So, Chapter 17. Kat stands up from her seat by the fire. So, did they all agree? Yeah. Digby nods, smiling. Yeah, they agreed. Oh my god. She hardly dares breathe, and her expression changes from exhausted tiredness to relived excitement. She almost wants to faint at the delighted elation, though that may be partly hunger. I made it. I made the team. Oh my god. Feel sick. Shit. I really did it. Despite all her aches and pains, she can't help but grab Digby. She wraps her arms around his neck. So badly she wants to kiss him, kiss all of them, but she doesn't. She can't contain how happy she feels. Then something changes. Digby is less receptive to her mood than she thought he'd be. He's controlled in his excitement, and it quickly dampens her spirit. It's a quiet, subdued Digby that untangles her arms from around his neck as Darius steps forward towards her. As always, he's cool and calm, expressionless, and now holding the blade obvious in his hand, he growls. So, are we doing this? Digby nods, and Kat grows even more concerned. Wait, are we doing what? Kat glances between them, looking for some explanation. Ryan, I said doing what? A nervous dread fills her as the pair exchange glances. She's worried, and the tension feels like a huge cloud heavy in the air. Kat, it's down to you now, but you have to trust him, okay? Digby nods as Darius concentrates his stare on her. Wait, what the hell's going on here? You want to make this team? Darius asks seriously. Well then, now's your chance. This is it, the final test. But it's the most important because you're going to have to trust me, completely. She stares at him apprehensively and the dark tone of his voices turns her blood cold in her veins. Even inside, Luna is slightly afraid and the look on Digby's face offers her no reassurance. Alright, so do you want to explain? What's going on? I thought you said I made the team already, so what the hell is this about? She looks at the knife and then back at Darius. Her stomach somersaults and a knot fills her throat in a tightening, choking grip. Cat, it's what he said, it's about trust. About trusting each other. Now you need to do that. Can you trust him? Yeah, sure I can. But I don't understand. What's with the knife? It's something we do. They've all done it. It makes a bond and it can't be broken. But it'll help keep you safe. I'm sorry I can't tell more. But do you understand? No. No, I don't understand. But please know I trust you, I do really. She turns to Darius. I can trust you too, you just have to believe that. Darius looks at the others, all silent, heads down, not making any eye contact. Hit the racks, boys. Hell'll be here to exfil at 0500. Immediately Zack leads them away, back to their temporary beds on the ground. Uz looks back, smiling at Kat. It'll be okay, he whispers. She sighs, taking a deep breath. The lines on her forehead wrinkle as Darius steps in front of her and Digby positions himself behind, stopping her from moving away. So, Lieutenant Morgan, it's just you and me now. He looks at her as she turns away from his gaze. I need you to show me how much you want to be in this team. How much you trust me and what I ask you do. Believe me, I do trust you. Then prove it. Show me you mean it. Okay. What do you want me to do? Take your clothes off. The words slam against her chest, taking the air from her lungs in shocked surprise. That really wasn't what she was expecting him to say, and for a long, silent moment she just stares at him. What? She laughs. Are you serious? Is this a joke? Okay, I get it. She sighs, they're teasing. But then she notices the calm, unmoving look on their faces. They're not. Darius' face is deadly serious and Digby the same. What? Are you actually serious? No, I'm not taking my damn clothes off. She turns around. Ryan, come on, seriously? You want me to take my clothes off for him? This is a prank, right? Turning back, she questions Darius. What, you really want to see me naked? That'll get you off, will it? Because, I'm thinking Command might have something to say about this. Oh, but I get it, more macho I'm in charge bullshit? Well, I've had enough of that. This week. You're all the fucking same. I'll bet you didn't ask any of them. She points to the rest of the team. To get naked? No, fuck you. I'm done with this. I did everything you asked of me. I can't believe you're actually serious. I told you she's not up for it. Darius sighs. No, just wait. Cat, come here. Digby beckons her over, placing his hands on her shoulders. Please. This won't work if you don't do it. He hushes his voice. Cat, you have to trust him when you're at your most vulnerable. And also, I don't know how you're going to react to this, so I'll just say it. Aside from Darius' reasons, there's one other thing to consider. I mean, you don't want to, shift fully clothed. He smiles, stroking the side of her face. What? Why the hell would I do that? I don't. And I'm certainly not doing that in front of him. Wait, did you tell him? She frowns. No, I've not said anything, not yet. But you trust me, you trusted me the other day. So then trust me now and do this. Her forehead furrows as she tries to work out if this just an elaborate joke. Ruse to test her, to see if she can take the banter and fit in? But then, why should she if this is just some misogynistic stunt? Then again, does she really want to risk her place on the team over the sake of a few clothes? They're gonna see me naked at some point, may as well just get it over with, right? She sighs. I can't believe after everything between us you really want me to go along with his bullshit? That you want him to see me naked? Believe me, I don't. And this is killing me as much as it is you, but it has to be done. Ha, she laughs. Has to be done? No, this is bullshit is what it is. Can't believe I'm even considering doing it. I should report both. Your ass is what I should do. So what is this, like a fetish that gets the pair of you off? Like the idea of a threesome? Oh God, I don't want to know. She rubs her hand over the face and thinks. Okay, alright, I'll do it. You 2 wanna perv over me that bad, then fine. Cat, they all did it. The rest of the guys, they all did it. This is about making a connection, nothing else. Wait, you want me bonded to him? But what about us? I thought. No, it's not the same thing, and believe me, this is not about sex. She swallows nervously, watching him for a reaction, but his face gives her nothing. After all I've done, you still want me to play your frat boy game. She takes a breath, biting her lip. All right. Okay. Her heart's beating hard as she thinks about calling their bluff. No way will Digby let her take all her clothes off in front of the guys. Hell, he wouldn't even let her run around the block in shorts the other day. Fuck it. Okay, you want to get your rocks off that bad, then okay, do it. But I hope you enjoy it, because trust me, Ryan, this will be the very last time you see my body naked. Cat, please, you can't be serious? He frowns. Look, it's not really this. Is killing me, but... He stammers, trying to convince her. All right. Now she's almost curious to see what he'll do. Will he stop her? Well, you've seen my tits and ass before, so who cares? Okay, I'll do this. I'll play your stupid little boy's game. She unclips her body armor, dropping it to the ground, and then slowly unfastens her shirt, one button at a time, wondering with each one if it will be the point that Digby stops her. He doesn't. Soon she's just in her black sports bra and khaki pants, and she quickly drops them and steps out. Now, still waiting for him to stop her, she grabs at the hem of her bra top, about to pull it over her head and expose her breasts. All right, stop. It's Darius who now speaks. That'll do. Enough. He takes a breath, almost embarrassed, as his eyes focus on her. If he were honest, he's desperate to see what's under that bra, but as much as he studies her, seeing her stood in just her underwear, he feels uncomfortable, not helped by the chesty growls of displeasure Digby keeps making. It's fine. We'll do it. Like this. Digby nods. Pleased, he stops with his frantic pacing. He really wasn't liking that at all. Darius takes a firm hold of her hand in his and flattens her fingers out of the tense, screwed-up fist she's made. She pulls frantically, trying to loosen her hand from his grip as the reality of what he's about to do sinks in. No, wait. What, you can't be serious. She frowns, tugging her hand only for him to hold her tighter. Wait, you can't do this. You can't cut my hand. What the fuck? Seriously, you can't do this. Trust me, I'm not going to hurt you, Darius says. What? Seriously? You want me to trust you to cut my hand with that knife? Are you mad? If you hadn't noticed, I'm a medic, a surgeon. For God's sake, you cut it wrong, and with that knife it's likely, then that's the end of my career. No, that's it, I'm not playing this game. No wonder you can't keep a fucking medic. Taking my clothes off is one thing. In these times you really should reconsider even that. I'd let that shit go as a prank, locker room banter. But this, no. Don't you see, this has serious consequences? I'm not doing it. Her head drops. She's so angry, so tired, and so frustrated after every obstacle. It comes down to one thing she won't do. Digby, leave us. Don't bother. You're not going to talk me into this. So forget it. Sitting himself beside the fire, Digby's frustrated and rubbing his hands over his head. He sighs. Zach rouses and gets up from his temporary bed to join him. She's not gonna go for it to. No, I don't think she will. Zach, I thought she trusted me after what happened between us. I thought my word was enough. Tough call, right? For her, I mean. But not when you did it. You just did it. Did what I asked. You didn't question it, and you didn't hesitate. So why is she? Zach laughs. What, you can't see why? Diggs, she's a fighter. She can't be controlled like that. Well, maybe she can, but not as easily as the rest of us. That's what makes me wonder where she fits in this pack. Is there room for another alpha? They study each other for a moment. The stepbrothers know each other so well. And Digby sighs, turning to face him. You know, don't you? I mean, you know what she is. Know what? He smiles. I don't know anything, not for sure. But I'm not stupid, and I can take a good guess. You know, I thought something like this. That I'd be able to tell 100%. But other than the way you were so taken with her, I didn't sense anything. The thing that threw me is her scent. I mean, she smells of nothing. Why is that? He sighs, staring into the flames of the fire, thinking, holy shit. So she really is a wow. You know, I never thought I'd get to see one this close. And in a pack with me. Fuck. Digby smiles. Zach, she's fucking beautiful. I mean, she is so amazing. You can't even imagine it, and she's so fucking big and strong. I mean really strong. Well, I can imagine a lot. Zach leans back on his elbows in the glow of the fire's warmth, thinking about the images he has in his head. Well then you better hope he can talk her around. Do you want to be on this team or not? What kind of dumbass question is that? She frowns, staring her bright green eyes focusing on his violet pupils. Trust me then. Look, it's not in my best interests or the team's for me to incapacitate my medic, right? She frowns, wondering if that might be a smile of sorts. Oh no shit, Sherlock. But you're still not going to talk me around. She picks up her clothes. So I'm right, you can't trust me? He stares long and hard, curious about her. His purple eyes flicker like flames and she looks at him. In the dark, with the black backdrop of desert behind him and only the glow of the firelight making him visible, she can't help but admit that he looks amazing, dark and somewhat dangerous, but she's not afraid and she steps forward closer, staring him in the face. You can really do this without hurting me? I didn't say it won't hurt. What I said is it won't mess up your hand. That you have my word on. Now he makes her curious, the intense look he gives. Really? She asks. Really? She frowns, his voice has a tone to it. Before it always just sounded moody and pissed off, but right now it has a calming lullaby tone that carries in the air. She wonders if it's just the exhaustion from the day, the tiredness clouding her head. But rather than annoy her like he normally does now, his presence makes her tingle, his glare relaxes her. He's almost hypnotic. Then he does something that takes her by surprise. He places his fingers against the mark on her neck, Digby's bite mark, and she flinches, taking a step back. His fingers feel ice cold against her warm skin as he slides them upwards, finding the pressure point in her neck, gently holding his middle fingers against her pulse. So calm and yet so feisty. How do you manage that? She pulls away sharply as her eyes gravitate to her palm, then back to him. He makes her nervous, but now she wants to trust him, wants to give him what he asks. You promise my hand will be okay? That I'll still be able to use it. No one else ever had a problem. You did this to all of them? She frowns. I mean, no one has any marks, they must heal well. He steps in closer to her, and her skin bristles with the closeness as he grunts under his breath. They heal well, but that doesn't make them invincible. Let me do this. I want to do this to you. What I mean is I want you fully committed to this team. She contemplates for a moment, then takes a breath, looking behind her at Digby and Zach. They have their backs to her. Now thinking carefully, she looks upward at him towering over her and stares him in the eyes, then nods. Okay, but remember I'm staking my whole career on you. If that's not trusting you, then I don't know what is. Well, for what it's worth, I'm risking my whole team with you. Kind of makes us even, don't you think? She smiles and then slowly and nervously she holds her hand out towards him, and he tightens his grip around it. Then he puts his mouth against her ear and whispers, close your eyes and no matter what I do, keep them closed. Chapter 18. Wrapping his larger and more powerful hand around hers, Darius keeps a tight grip and Kat takes a deep breath. Closing her eyes, she can hear the heavy pounding thud of her heart in her chest, and her stomach flips with nauseous nerves as she braces herself for pain. Luna roars loudly, unhappy at his restraint of Kat, and like a caged wolf, she tries desperately to escape the confines of the body she's trapped in. Clawing frantically at Kat's mind, she snarls at her for allowing him to hold them captive and do this. And struggling with the inner turmoil, Kat has to concentrate hard to keep the wolf contained. Apprehension about the knife and losing control causes a surge of glutamate and adrenaline through her veins, heightening every emotion and making her hands shake uncontrollably. Then, just like the cool of the desert night breeze, she can feel his breath against the side of her face, whispering, "Relax." Relaxing might be easier if she could see what was going on, but each time he flattens her hand, straightening her fingers, she has to wrestle her inner animal and struggle to keep control. Luna furiously resists every touch from him, forcing Kat to pull against his grasp. Be still. I'm trying, she mouths silently. Concentrating her mind, she whispers to Luna, calling for her to calm down. Deliberately slowing her breathing, she gulps, and then listening to the rhythm of her heart, She uses the thud of her pulse to focus her mind. Her thoughts return to the earlier elation at making the team, and she tries to think of anything except what's happening here, while Luna keeps forcing a reminder of what she's allowing him to do. How the hell can you let him do this? Luna's savage growl sticks in her throat, her howl building as she bucks again in response to this punishment that Kat's allowing him to inflict on them. From the very first time she met Darius, it's been obvious to Kat how Luna feels about him, and in much the same way Boots the cat reacted to her. Her wolf now reacts to him with angry snarls and loud growls. Kat submitting to him is driving the animal insane, but there's also something about the powerful chemical reactions going on that empowers her human body, flooding it with pheromones and oddly making her feel good. Something about what he wanted to do made her curious enough to see what would happen. That, and her determination to make the team. She could not let him win by denying her the place she earned, even if that now meant she must surrender all control to him. Maybe that's it? Maybe this isn't about trust, but about giving him power over her? Maybe for him to control the team they had to surrender? But did they all submit easily? Or were they resistant? She could never imagine Digby or Zack doing this willingly. Then suddenly, returning her to the moment, his calm voice whispers again, telling her to relax. Now she stops fighting as she yields, and a feeling of calm washes over her. She stops resisting and relaxes her hand in his. He can feel the sudden shift in her body language, and then without a word he draws the tip of the sharp heavy knife in a perfectly straight line across her palm. Ugh. Fuck. She gasps in horror as the hot pain sears her flesh. Cutting her takes seconds, but there's a delay between the cold touch of the blade and the burning hot throb of the wound it makes. First it's just a tingling sensation, but then, exposed to the cool evening air, a sore numbness works its way up her arm. It hurts so much that she wants to cry out, but biting her lip hard, she remains silent. She knows, as a doctor, there is no way a cut like this will not affect her hand, and she's concerned just how bad it will be. Though she's desperate to curl her fingers and clench them tight against the pain, she can't because he won't let go. He's still gripping her hand tightly in his, holding her fingers outstretched. Feeling even more apprehensive, she's tempted to open her eyes, she doesn't. And now, feeling the warm stickiness of blood seeping through her fingers, she wants to scream at the burning agony, but biting harder against her bottom lip, almost making it bleed, she keeps quiet. Keep your fucking eyes closed, he demands, smiling as he watches her eyes flicker. She nods and tries to relax as his hand strokes hers, but suddenly she can feel a different sensation, one she can't describe. Something brushing against her palm. It's like a kiss? Tongue. He's licking her, licking the wound. He's tasting her blood. And then, as suddenly as the hot pain burned her skin, the ice-cold numbing sensation comes, and the pain subsides. His kiss is like anesthesia, taking the pain away. It feels painful, but there's also something incredibly pleasurable about that pain. She gasps as the cold of his kiss continues with more urgency. Something inside her calms and her body relaxes, and now she can't help herself. She has to know what he's doing. She opens her eyes and is immediately confronted by his amethyst eyes, glowering at her. Taking a deep breath, she looks at him, and all she can see is blood, her blood staining his lips. Then she's aware of his touch. His fingers stroke her arm, moving slowly up over the curve of her breast to her throat, placing his large middle finger against the throbbing thud of her pulse. He smiles, staring her deep in the eyes. She can't move, still gripped by his hand. She feels weird, odd. It's like that time she dropped an LSD tab at medical school just for research purposes. Her head's in a spin, dizzy reality blurs, and her thoughts become a swirl of emotions. Stepping into the black fog that clouds her mind, she fights to stay conscious. And with Darius' fingers still pressed firmly on her neck, she feels like she's going to pass out. She looks up, trying to focus on his face, his purple eyes focused on her. There's a loud howl inside her head, an intense feeling of rage. Luna claws at Kat's thoughts, desperately trying to force a shift and free herself from the confines of the body that imprisons her. But Kat can't think about Luna. All she can do is focus on him, the purple glow of his eyes as they stare fixated on her green. Then, as her eyes close, she falls into the darkness of her mind and finally succumbs, letting herself pass out. Her legs buckle and her body falls, or she thinks she does. She never feels the thud of the ground. He catches her gently, laying her down. She has no grip on reality. What's real and what's fantasy? She can't decide. But her thoughts are consumed by him or the image of him. Even though this is a dream, she can see him clearly, smell his scent, and lifting her hand. From her side she reaches out, grabbing the back of his head, pulling him towards her to kiss. Wait, am I dreaming? She doesn't know. Luna howls in pain and it focuses her thoughts. Her breathing slows and in her dreamlike fantasy they're passionately kissing. She can taste blood, her blood. A heady cocktail of sweet copper mixed with his bitter saliva. She feels drunk, high on desire as she fights to wake up, to stop this and bring herself back to reality and regain control. She can't. This feels like a nightmare that she can't wake up from, but she allows it to continue. Now fantasizing about his body being on top of her, wishing she had taken her clothes off, been naked with him. They're kissing, his tongue deep in the back of her throat. He tastes divine and she wants more. Gasping and groaning, her arms wrap around him, pulling him against her, but then he blurs and she can't see him. She tries to focus, but as he quickly fades into the darkness, she calls to him, Darius. The feeling of want is so intense, and she can't help but grab at him, kiss him, and push herself against him. But then she stops. Lying still, she listens. The world around her is silent, and all she can hear is the sound of breathing, her breathing, deep, slow, regular breaths in sync with the beat of her heart. What the hell, where am I? Panic, she tries to decipher the tornado of feelings, wondering, what's going on? Why would she kiss him like this with the team, Ryan, only feet away? But instead of being ashamed of what they're doing, it has the opposite effect. It's turning her on. She'd never thought about Darius in a sexual way. He's always been such an ass. So why would she? Good-looking, fit, muscular, yes, but still a moody ass. Besides, her whole inner self, her wolf, was consumed by Ryan. Luna wanted Ryan, and every thought and desire she had was only about him. She needed him so much that it overwhelmed them both. It left nothing for Cat to want. That's why her wolf hates this, and she fights desperately against Darius' intrusion into her thoughts. But unlike Luna, Cat likes it. It feels good, and she admits to herself she wants Darius. Cat. Hey Cat, wake up. What? She groans, blinking her eyes open. Ryan. She frowns, confused, and wiping her hand across her lips. She can taste a residual bitterness on her tongue. Looking up, the early morning sun is starting to creep above the horizon, bathing them all in a soft orange glow. What the hell? Oh my God. She gasps. The reality of the dream was too intense. Hey, you feelin' okay? I think you might have been dreaming. He smiles. You want some coffee before the chopper arrives? What? Digby. Rubbing her head, she frowns, confused, as she wakes from the deep coma of sleep and sits up, groaning in pain. An intense ache in her shoulders makes them hurt, her body muscles stiff from carrying Digby's weight. She sighs loudly, opening her eyes, and looks up at him. Where the hell am I? I mean, what happened? Did I pass out? Shit. She frowns. Hey, sure you're okay. It was just a dream. Everything's going to be okay. Cat, you'll be fine. I'll get you some coffee. He smiles, watching the confused, questioning look on her face. Oh my God, that was surreal. I thought Darius cut my hand. Shit. She laughs. I didn't realize I was that exhausted. I must have been hallucinating. I guess I should have drunk more water. She stretches her arms and takes a breath, trying to make sense of what went on between the knife cutting her hand and waking up. She can't, and it feels like a whole period of time is missing. Then lifting her hand from beneath the sleeping bag, looking at it, turning her palm over, she frowns. There's nothing. No pain, no blood. And most intriguingly, no cut? Definitely a dream. She sighs, relieved. Sorry, I guess I should get up. It's okay. Take your time. Oh, okay, whoa. He stops her. Hold up, I'll get your shirt. I mean, you don't want to give the guys a free peep show now, do you? He laughs. What? Lifting the bedding again, she notices she's dressed only in her underwear. What the hell is going on? She says, not sure what's happened to her. Was it a dream? Or was it real? Now she really doesn't know. Then, dragging her hand through her tangled blonde locks, she looks around at the rest of the team. They're packing up but pouring coffee, Cutie putting the fire out, Zach and Oz prepping the gear for the Hello's arrival. Frowning, she takes a deep breath and again checks her hand, stroking her thumb across her palm, feeling it. Then, looking up to the left of the group, she notices him, stood apart from the others, drinking a coffee. Alone. Solitary figure, Darius. He glares, his cold steely gaze focused on her as she sits on the ground. Watching him, confused, she's unsure what happened. Luna's angry, growling and snarling beneath her skin, only settling as Digby returns. Standing over her, he smiles, handing her the enamel mug filled with hot coffee. He leans down and gently stroking her neck, he kisses her. You need to get dressed. We're gonna be leaving in a few minutes. He frowns, concerned by the worried expression on her face. Hey, you sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm good. She smiles. Then they both look skyward, hearing the distant whir of hello blades, the helicopter arriving to take them home. Hey, you know what, you did it. He smiles, strokes her cheek and kisses her again. Cat, welcome to Wolf. Chapter 19. Digby snakes his arm around Kat's waist, pulling her body against his and smoothing his hand over the curve of her hip. He slides his fingers inside the elastic waistband of her shorts. Ryan, will you stop? She pulls his hand out, pausing momentarily to consider, allowing it to stay before deciding no, and filling her empty glass with cold pineapple juice. So, you want me to come with you running, I mean? No, I'm not going far. Just to the park, then back to the base. I want to run off some of this cramp, well, more like a walk and stretch my legs. I can't just lay in bed all day again. We've done that for 2 days, it's time I got my muscles moving. They still ache, so some exercise will help. Thanks for the offer, but I'll be all right. Well, I can think of some better ways to work off the cramp. He smiles, his hand dropping around the curve of her butt, then up and under the hem of her running shorts, pulling at the lace edging of her panties. Ryan, I told you to stop. She slaps him away and sighs. No, I need some fresh air. After sleeping all day yesterday, I need to get back out there. Plus, I have to see us at my office. I need to look at his arm and check his stitches. But I shouldn't be long. We could have a late brunch when I get back. Brunch? Okay, sure, you know what, I'll make a fresh batch of pancakes, some fresh juice, fresh coffee, then maybe we could get fresh in the shower after. He smiles, the look telling her what he wants. We'll see. I told you we need to cool things down a little. Let everyone get used to me being here. They are used to you and I'm not giving up on this. I know what I want. I'm not asking you to, and I want this to work as much as you, but just slow down. We have plenty of time. Gently, she drops a kiss on his lips and the taste of pineapple on her tongue makes the aching, hard want of his cock worse. Oh hell, I forgot to say we're going out tonight, as a team. Really? She smiles at the sound of him saying as a team, including her. And it makes her excited. Oh, but I was thinking maybe I'd just have a quiet night in and catch up on some reading. There's a book I've ordered that I wanna. No, you're not getting out of it. This is a team thing and that includes you now. This has to be done. Besides, we're gonna get spun up soon. So we might not have time to let our hair down as much. So while you're out, why don't you get something nice to wear, because the place we're going is pretty exclusive. You need to dress up. Place? What place? I mean, what do I wear? She frowns. I mean, how? Exclusive? Is there a guest list? Ryan, help me out here. I'm not good with dressing up. Hey, calm down and don't worry about getting in. I know the owner, he says. And as for what to wear something clubby but not trashy. Something nice. He wraps his arms around her waist, snuggling his nose tight to her neck and taking deep breaths of her desirable scent. He drops kisses in small bites against his mark. He knows she struggles to deny him when he touches her there. A night of music, dance and drinks. Come on, it'll be fun. Plus, the guys wanna initiate you into the team like a proper bonding session. He laughs. Initiate? Didn't I get through all that bullshit already? She frowns, raising her brow in annoyed concern. So what does it involve, this initiation? Hey, don't worry, it's nothing serious, it's more a drinking game. It's just fun, a way to have fun. You know that stuff, fun, right? He laughs. Yeah, I know how to have fun, I was just okay, well, as long as I don't have to sleep with some damn stripper. No, trust me, the only stripped person you're gonna sleep with is me, and I'll make damn sure of that. Okay. She turns around facing him and then drops one more teasing kiss against his lips, her tongue swirling the taste of fruit around his mouth. So no stripper? Oh, now I'm disappointed. She smiles jokingly. But, clubby, you say? Well, I guess I can do that. Yeah, it'll be nice to dress up for the night, and it's a chance for you to be more girly. Girly? What the hell kind of bullshit is that? What you mean I don't look girly? Maybe I look like a boy? Ryan, are you trying to say I look like a man? No. God, no. No, of course not. I didn't mean you look like a boy or a man. No. He smiles. No, you most certainly don't look like a boy. What I meant was sexy. You want me to look sexy? She grins. I guess camo doesn't do it for you, huh? Oh, don't worry, you and camo, that certainly does it for me, but sexy is good too. Okay, so now I know what you meant. Challenge accepted. I will do sexy. Clubby, not boo. Yeah, I can see how this is going to be fun. She bites her lips seductively, then pushes him away from her. Maybe you could do sexy too, maybe a crisp black shirt? Yeah, that certainly does it for me. She smiles, dropping a kiss. Have a think about it. Now I have to go. Okay. Black shirt, right? He frowns, nervously wondering if perhaps he shouldn't have told her what to wear. Okay, great. I'll tell the guys and I'll get some Ubers booked to pick us up. Oh, and I'll make those pancakes. Maybe some waffles for brunch, yeah. He smiles. Well, that sounds perfect. I could get used to this, having a man around, one who can cook, clean, and fucks the way you do. It's great. All this home-cooked stuff when I'm used to living on takeout. What more could a girl want? She grins. But don't forget, you need to work on that weight issue, so not too many. You don't want Bud getting the better of you. Bud? Yeah, well, we talked about that and you said you're not gonna say anything to him about that, right? You'll keep that information between us. I'll see, she says, finishing her juice, her eyes flashing a cheeky tease over the rim of the glass. Though I can't promise. If he asks, I can't lie. I'll have to tell him the truth now that I'm officially on the team, right? She laughs as she heads out the door. He growls, watching her leave. The round firmness of her butt squeezed into those small tight shorts, it makes him hard just watching her. Oh, I'm so gonna make you mine. Hey, Zach smiles as he passes Kat on the path. Hey, sorry I have to go, but I'll catch you later. She frowns, looking at what she assumes is a bottle of liquor wrapped in a brown paper bag in his hand. Little early for that, right? This? Oh, no, it's nothing. Obviously it's not nothing, but it's for later. We're not drinking it now. Digby did tell you we're going out tonight, right? Yeah, he mentioned it. Clubbing? He said I should get something sexy to wear. Yeah, sounds good. Zach frowns, trying to erase images now filling his head. Okay, well, I need to go. I have to meet Oz and finish a report. I'll see you later. Hey, he says as Digby comes to the doorway and they both watch as Kat jogs slowly down the sidewalk. So she's back out running already? I didn't think she'd be up on her feet yet, not after lugging your ass around. I swear you've put on weight. He smirks. Did she tell you that? Digby frowns. No, man, I'm just joking with ya. Hey, lighten up. Yeah, sorry, man, sore point. He smiles. Yeah, she's got a cramp. So, she wanted to run it off. Cramp? Okay, do I even want to know about that? No. Oh, no, nothing like that. We haven't. Fucked, not since we got back. She's kinda put a block on me, but I'm hoping tonight will change all that, he says, grinning. Yeah, she said you told her about tonight and that's why I dropped by. I've got this. I figured that's what you wanted to do, right? He frowns, placing the bottle of expensive silver mezcal from the brown paper bag on the worktop. Oh yeah. Digby smiles as he bends down, staring at the contents of the bottle. You so read my mind. I hope you picked the biggest sucker you could find. Hell yeah. Zach laughs, turning around. So you told her about this? The club and the tequila challenge? You are gonna make her do it, right? You're not letting her off the hook on this. No, of course not. Though I think she's gonna struggle and she's gonna hurl for sure. Yeah, well, I'm running a book on that. But no fun without pain, and we've all done it, so if she wants to fit in, then let her. Yeah, of course. It's just, he sighs. Zach, do you wonder if she's right? That maybe we shouldn't do all this kind of thing. That it's a bit behind the times. Like it's bullshit. What? Why? Hell no, it's team bonding. A getting to know ya. Just tell her. It's fun, and why would we want to stop having fun? Diggs, has she complained? About something? No, she just, well, we've never had a woman on the team before. And I just wonder if sometimes, maybe we're a bit too alpha. Too alpha. Zach chokes, laughing. Digby, have you listened to yourself? Relax, we are what we are, right? It's the law of nature and you can't mess with that shit. Just because we embrace what we are and recognize the natural order, that doesn't make us bad. Come on, she'll love it, and anyway she'll be like a rock star tonight. Hey, it's all part of the perks, right? The shit we have to go through. We work hard, play hard, fuck harder. That's not too macho, that's being what nature made us. She knows that. When we start fighting against it, well, that's when the world gets broke. We don't need to be the ones changing things. She just needs to fit in. He scowls as he watches Digby, considering his words. Look, for example, QT. He used to whine like hell about what we made him do, and now he just accepts it. He's an Omega, and he has his place in the order of things. That's where he stays, and he's happy with that. Digby, this is part of us. It's what makes us a team, a pack. Don't go just changing things just because some bitch has you on heat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry, he sighs. So, have you told her about this? Zach holds up the bottle to the light, turning it around and looking at the large dead worm floating at the bottom of the clear liquor. Nope, not exactly. I thought I'll tell her later. I was pressed for time. Anyway, I've got to go to the store and get some eggs. I told her I'd do pancakes when she gets back for brunch. Brunch? What the fuck? Zach laughs. And the pancakes, you're making them? Oh my god, man, what the hell's happened to you? She must sure as hell be some crazy fuck for all this effort. Hey, I don't suppose she's touted the idea of a threesome, maybe? You need to keep me at the front of the line for that if she does. He grins, watching Digby's lip curl into a snarl. Hey, relax, I'm joking. But I'm here if the subject comes up. That's what number two's for, right? He laughs. Hey, do you remember that girl, the one that had a thing for Marines? So we told her that's what we were. Oh my god, Lizzie Lucy, no Louisa. Hell, that was some crazy fucked up night. Hey, never ever mention that to Kat. That night stays between us. Anyhow, I want pancakes too, and I'm trying to be nice. Zach, I like her. I really like her, and I think I might wanna. What? Wait, hold up. You serious? You think you wanna bond with her? Oh my fucking god, I know you marked her, but seriously? Wowzer. Man, she has got to your brain, well, more likely your balls. Digby, just slow down and think about this, brother. Zach snarls as he takes a breath. His forehead crumples at the bridge of his nose as he watches the look on Digby's face. Wait, have you told her this? About the bond-in thing? No, not yet. I thought I might mention it tonight. Maybe? Too soon, do you think? Too soon? Hell yeah, too soon. Look, I wouldn't say anything. Not yet. Give it some time. Besides, you've got nearly a month till the next moon, so at least have some fun first. I, for one, am looking forward to tonight being out cutting loose. Celine's lovely ladies begging me for it, and tequila. Besides, we may not get many chances to hit it again, not now we're getting back operational. Look, I don't want to lose my wingman too soon, right, brother? So let's just have fun. Yeah, you're right, it's gonna be good to blow off steam and, like you said, have fun. Yeah, though I'm not sure I'd have picked Celine's. No offense, but Taquine. Her there. Well, I just hope you know what the hell you're doing. You know what that place is like. You put someone like Kat in there. Boom. You're gonna need your eyes on the whole time. You gonna be able to handle it? You got a lot of alpha going on, not to mention more than a few of your exes, Alyssa for one. How the hell you gonna deal with that? Yeah, I know. It'll be fine, Kat can hold her own. Besides all that attention, what's not to love? He smiles, fist-bumping Zach. Anyhow, it wasn't my choice. Darius picked, so I couldn't say no. Yeah, well, you know what he goes there for. I'd say by now he must have worked those blue rooms about 1,000,000 times. He laughs. I take it you've still not told him about her. About Kat being a, they're called noir, the rooms, and it's black, not blue. Or forget it. And no, I haven't told him yet. But I will. I just need to find the right time. Right, well, I'm done. I can't wait to see her face when you tell her that she has to eat that worm. With hindsight I should have gone with the scorpion one, maybe next time. Yeah, okay. Oh, and while I remember, can you book a couple of Ubers to pick us up from here? Sure, no problem. And Zach, one more thing. Can you please stop teasing Bud about his problem? Bud? Why, what the hell'd I do to him? Oh, right? You want me to? Stop. He laughs teasingly. Yeah, something like that. Digby grins. Okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. Zach, get the hell out. Digby laughs. And don't forget about the Ubers. Kat comes to a grinding halt. Shit. She curses, grimacing in pain as her leg cramps up. Stopping where she is, she takes a deep breath and stretches it out, bending at the waist, taking a long, slow breath. She reaches her arms to the ground, easing the spasm of cramp in her thigh muscle. Looking up, she takes a moment to survey her surroundings. The park is filled with people, families enjoying the sun, kids on the swings, and a madly barking dog chasing a ball. It's a nice day and everything feels good in the world right now. The sun is warm, and with the cramp eased, she strolls, wandering the pathway and appreciating the fresh air, smiling because for once in her life she's happy with her choices. You made the fucking team. Girl, you are Special Forces Black Ops now. Baby. She grins, unable to get over just how good it feels thinking that. And hearing Digby say it to her was even better. It made everything feel real. While she walks, she unconsciously rubs at her hand and her eyes are drawn to caressing her palm with her thumb. She can't stop thinking about what Darius did. The hot pain of the knife cutting her felt so real. Darius touching her, his mouth on hers, his eyes focused on her. It's all she can see when she sleeps. Was it real? She doesn't know. Stopping, again easing the cramping twinge in the back of her leg, she sighs. She's lost in her thoughts and closes her eyes. He's there, Darius. Vivid, like he's here with her. Except now all she can imagine is being naked. And him touching her. Come on, Kat, she swallows. Get it together, none of it was real. It was just a damn dream. You were exhausted, dehydrated. It was a hallucination. She focuses. It's probably some psychological thing he's learned, hypnosis to trick the mind. It wasn't real. The tightness in her thigh is not easing, and using the wooden bench for support, she rubs the back of her leg with swift up and down movements, stroking the muscle until eventually the tightness relents. There's no way she can run on it and she decides to walk. It's a good thing. The park is not too far from the base as her energy levels are still way below par. That exercise really tested her to the extreme, milking every ounce of her strength. Carrying Digby has taken an exhausting toll on her body, and as much as she's looking forward to it, she also hopes for the next few days they don't get spun up, because she'll need to make the most of the downtime resting up. She makes a plan to seriously up her fitness regime. Luna may be strong, but she isn't, or not as much as she needs to be, and certainly not as fit as the guys, but she's determined to rectify that. Her thoughts, still focused on what Darius did, mean she's distracted when suddenly, without warning, she's taken by surprise. Someone grabs her, shoving her backward into the tangle of bushes behind, and a large hand grips across her mouth, silencing her yell. A burly arm strangles around her neck, choking and dragging her backward. She tries everything to fight off her assailant, kicking and punching, twisting her body, desperate to get free, but whoever it is, he's physically bigger and stronger than her. The surprise of his attack catches her off guard, and she thuds to the ground. Hitting her head, she lays still where she fell, and as she opens her eyes, she looks directly into a face she hoped she'd never see again. Monroe. She squeals anxiously, but her sounds are muffled by his large, strong hand clamped over her mouth. An intense spark of anger laced with loathing flashes across her eyes. She's on her own turf in a familiar place, but with her energy depleted and her thoughts elsewhere, she ignored Luna's howling warning and didn't see the attack coming. She won't make that mistake ever again. Shut up. I don't want to have to hurt you, so just be quiet. Do you understand? She nods, hoping to get free from his grip, but all he releases is his hand from her mouth, using the full weight of his body to keep her pinned down. You shouldn't be anywhere near me, she growls. What the fuck do you want? I need to talk. Well, I don't want to talk to you. I should kill you, that's what I should do. That's what you want? Well, then you'll need to get in line. Even so, I don't think that's gonna happen, at least not here, not with all these people. Around all those innocent bystanders, I don't think you'd do that. What about your little fuck friend? I bet you wish he'd done it. Finished me off? He didn't have the balls for it, and as for Darius, yeah, well, he's too smart. He only comes for you when you're not looking, when you're weak and vulnerable. That's how he likes his prey. He smirks. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about them, it's you I want. What the hell do you want with me? She swallows nervously. You need to let me go. She takes a breath, her heart's pounding so hard she can hear it thudding in her ears. What you did to me and those others, you're sick. You know that. If you say so, but for what it's worth, it wasn't my doing. But all that doesn't matter. Nothing matters now except me getting away from here, and to do that I need something, and you're gonna get it for me. I'm not going to get you anything. I saw those other girls, the photos of them. What kind of monster are you? Oh, there are plenty of monsters out there. But trust me, I'm not one of them. Least not the worst of them. He sighs, sitting back on his heels but still not releasing his firm grip on her. He holds her down, shoulders pinned to the ground. They hurt too much for her to force him off. Look, all I want is my cell phone and some money. I need to get out of town and I need cash to do that. I don't have your phone and I don't have any money, so you're all outta luck. Really? Well, I bet you can get it. You're gonna get it because I need it back. I'm not doing anything for you. You drugged me, for God's sake, you were going to rape me. She takes a breath. What kind of man are you? He sighs. The same kind as Digby, Zach, the rest of them. You're wrong, Digby, Zach, they would never have done that to anyone. She looks at him with utter contempt, thinking how much she wants to put her hands around his neck and squeeze the life from him. Make him as powerless as he made her. She knows she can do it, but he's right, she can't do it here. I need that phone and I need $5,000 today. I have to leave today. You're joking? I can't get that kind of money. I don't have it. You're a medic, you can get it. No, the only thing I'm going to get is the cops to arrest you. I don't think so, and you know why? Because if you report me for what I did, they're gonna investigate. Then they'll want to examine you. Assault, right? What? Then? Oh, they might find out your secret. Secret? What secret? She laughs. You're talking crazy. They're gonna think you're crazy, and you know what? I'll tell them you are. The team will back me up, or maybe I'll just tell Digby and let the team deal with you. Yeah, maybe they will. But will they do it before I tell the world your secret? Maybe I have a backup plan just in case anything happens to me. Did you consider that, doctor? You'll be locked up in a psych ward before you can say anything. No, not if an anonymous source calls command and tells them you all take drugs. What? No one's gonna believe you. She sneers. You'll have to try something better than that. Yeah, but they will talk screen all of you just to be sure. I know we had it with our unit. No more in-house testing. Doing your own thing. I know how Darius works, how he keeps everything secret. She hesitates, not answering as her eyes flicker back and forth nervously. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You know nothing about me. And I'd be careful if I were you. If Digby even finds out you've been anywhere near me, then he'll do what? Digby's the least of my worries right now, and I know everything about you, Katrina Morgan, or would you rather I revere you and call you Luna? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're a liar, you know. Nothing, and even if you did, what can you prove? I know you're very, very special, and I know people are looking for you. You're just making this shit up. She laughs. No one is looking for me, and you don't scare me. I see what you are. You're the scared one. I don't care what you see. All this, everything that's gone on, I'm done with. I just want out. So, you get my phone and some money, and then you'll never see or hear from me ever again. But I need it today. I can't get it today, she says, still staring at him. You're scared. Patrick. You can't do anything. Oh, I can, and I will if you don't get me what I want. Don't test me, Kat. Because really, I've got nothing to lose. While I'm still here, I'm as good as dead. What the hell did you do? Who's coming after you enough for you to risk this? She looks at him, and now she can see the face of a desperate man, and it worries her. Look, you'll have to give me a couple of days. I mean, I can't just get that kind of money out of thin air. And anyway, someone else has the phone, so there's no way I can get it back. No. I need out today. I don't care what you do to get it, but you need to get that phone and bring it to me this afternoon. You need to meet me back here. With what I asked. He lets his grip on her go and she pulls back, scrabbling away. The pain in her shoulders is slowing her down, holding her back from lashing out. He stands up, towering over her as he stares. I never wanted to hurt you or those other girls, you must believe that. But I had no choice. He frowns, watching the expression of anger on her face. Of course you had a choice. You didn't have to do what you did. Believe me, I didn't have a choice, and for what it's worth I'm sorry. But, trust me, if it hadn't been me, then it would have been somebody else. Now I need that phone and money. Cat, you get me that and I swear I'm gone and I won't say a word. What? No. Her head drops into her hands as she gathers her thoughts. The shock of what's just happened starts to sink in, and as she works out what she should do, there's a fierce inner growl, Luna desperate to get out, and she struggles to contain her. I don't have. She looks up and frowns. Fuck. He's gone. She scans around trying to see where he went. She fails to locate him and, standing up, her eyes frantically search. She groans, mostly from the pains in her muscles, but having hit her head as she fell, she can feel a small egg-shaped lump starting to form. Shit! Where the hell did he go? A deep chesty howl builds in the back of her throat and she paces frantically, desperately trying to calm her angry inner self. Luna, clawing, forcing her to let her out. You need to calm the hell down. She talks herself down, gritting her teeth, as her steely green eyes search him out. Yes, we'll find him. He can't have gotten far. She feels wildly savage about letting him catch her unawares like that. Fuck! She curses again, her anger only growing. Where the hell are you? She takes a long deep breath, cursing over and over as she smells the air. Her head's throbbing and her shoulders feel like they're on fire, rubbing at her thigh muscle, which is taut and tight. She winces at the pain. As the hurt eases off, she rakes her fingers through her hair and pulls herself together. Then, rubbing her face, she looks up with a venomous snarl. You know, Patrick, you really shouldn't have done that. She scans around the grass and across the park. No point trying to hide. She's going to find you.